Okay, I haven't done YouTube in a while. I usually put it on my farm page on Facebook, but if you like what we're showing, all the craziness, subscribe to my channel because it gets crazy. It gets very crazy. But we have had a lot of kids and still have two more does here soon to kid, and then two more around May. We raise Alpine dairy goats, and on my other videos, if you remember, Geraldine, that's Geraldine right there. This is little Kyla, if you've been keeping up. This is little Kyla from my other videos. Not too little anymore. She's probably due at the end of February. And then here's all of our Alpines. I'm doing milk tests this year, so I'll be making some videos on trying to figure out milk tests because I have never done it before. So I'm going to take you along with on that journey. And there's Lulu, our Oberhasli. And Dolly, she's retired this year. This is her last year of having babies. I can't keep the weight on her. I can't keep her her calcium levels up, and when she when we milk her, just to get some of that engorgement out, it just drops her really low. So we're giving her CMPK and red cell, molasses and water. But she's perked up a lot now. But if we milk her more than once a day plus her babies, like if we get a 2-day of milking and her babies, it just wears her completely out. So, and this is Nibs. She should be going, I've got eggs in my hand. So yesterday her ligaments were gone. This is what all my goats do this. That's why I never know, okay, it's their due date, ligaments gone, next day ligaments back. So they have babies when they're ready. So, and here's Tasha. She is French Alpine. They're all French Alpine, but she is 100% Nottoway French Alpine from here in North Carolina, where the Nottoway farm is. That's my husband. We just bought this house back in November, so we still have some things that we're cleaning out, taking to the dump and redoing. So he's making the pen a little bit more kid friendly today. I really need to do something with that junk pile. It has been crazy because starting the 3rd, we had babies on the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th, I think, or the 6th. But anyway, and they were all breech, and I had to pull a few. The last one, Darla, our first freshener that had the babies, that big-headed brown baby right there, that's going to be the twin of her great aunt, the one that's running. Anyway, she got stuck behind the pelvic bone. I was crying, her mama was screaming, and the other little baby, she looked around like, what am I supposed to do? And she started crying. She was screaming, actually. So we were all screaming. So we're going to keep that one. And then here's our livestock guardian dogs with the occasional chicken. And I'm going to show y'all some cuteness that came from there. See, it's all been back to back to back to back to back to back. Starting on the 23rd, because this girl has puppies. She does not like the camera in her face. And I don't even think there's no light on. But she knows if I'm pointing it at her, she'll squint her eyes and she looks away. She's like, get the thing out of my face. And then here's Daddy. Big old Odie. He is 3/4 Great Pyrenees, 1/4 Anatolian. And he's a big, goofy, sweet boy. As long as we're out here. They know if we're out here, people are okay. But if we're not out here or gone, people are not okay. I've seen it with my own eyes. But I've got eggs. Got eggs in my hand. Oh my God, what have I? There's no telling. I'm not even going to question what I have on my hands. Freya, you got the chickens going into your baby pen. There's the doggy door for her to get in and out. And hold on, I'm not equipped with one of those fancy things like a lot of YouTubers are that connect to me. All my money goes to goats. Anyway, the story is she'll go in there and Lulu, right there, little Oberhasli Lulu, there, right there, she'll want to come in and she'll scratch at the door. She'll knock on it like this. And what does Freya do when she's in here? She goes over here and knocks the door open. So, oh, they're asleep. This is our milk room. Milk house. Milk room. Oh, yes, I'm bothering you again. And then these babies are 2 weeks and 5 days old. They're huge. And they all have good homes, good working homes, or homes that have had Pyrenees before and knows their temperament and how they bark all night and dig. And livestock guardian dogs are definitely different with how you train and how you keep them. And she's just all sprawled out and letting everything air out right now. Yes. They are so adorable. We are keeping one. My husband, he made me. She only had 6, thank God. Because Pyrenees are known to have 10 to 12. She only had 6. And I didn't, she's too young to have bred. But like I said, we were moving into this house and I told my husband, I said, you know what? She's going to go into heat. I know she is. And she did. And as my husband had the boards and had everything to kind of keep her separated and separate off fences so we could have one dog on one side and one on the other, I look behind a tree and I see a head on one side of the tree, head on the other side of the tree. They're both whining like we're stuck. Why can't we do this? What's going on, Mom? Hello. And it happened. But she did really good. She didn't even cry hardly. It was just like she would grunt a little bit and the babies would come out. But Odie gets fixed on February 27th. And when Freya gets a little older and after all of this, we're going to get her fixed. And then when the boy turns 2, Odie's a little over 2 now. Once this little boy turns 2, we're going to get him fixed. Because with bigger breeds, I've been reading that it's better to have them fixed at 2 because their growth plates are done. But I'm going to tell you something. He just turned 2. And he's between 140 and 160. All that fluff is not fluff because my hands don't even dig in there. It's all, there's not much fluff there. It's all muscle. But we've been crazy here lately. But here's our milk house. From my other videos, that is the same exact pallet milk stand that my husband built me. And then yesterday, he built a disbudding box. And let's see what else. We all know what hay looks like. There's the hay. It smells good in here. It's really sweet. But there's my medicine cabinet. And it's junky. One day when I do this, I'm going to organize it. This is just real farming right here. And they put that in the wrong place. Anyway, here's our medicine cabinet. It was organized when we first moved here. Then we started having kids and puppies and babies and everything. And so you can tell we've been using some stuff. So Yep. It's really an organized mess is what it is. But like I said, we're keeping it real. But, all right. Well, this was an update. I know it's been a while on my YouTube channel, but we've... Oh, there he is. There he is. That's the one we're keeping. His name's Sarge. They all have a type of heart on their head. If they were up, you would see it. But look at him. He just went over there. He went away from his brothers and sisters. There was 3 boys, 3 girls. And we had an even amount of goats too, but we lost one of them. I took him in. His fever was, little baby goat's fever was 92, or his temperature was 92. Took him in, put him in a plastic bag, and submerged him in water. Yes, his head was out of the bag and out of the water, don't worry. And I kept him upright to get his core temperature up, and once it was up to over 100, he would drink, but he wouldn't suckle, and so I tubed him after I knew his temperature would stay up to a normal temperature. But no matter what we did, he was weird in the back end too. So I gave Bosie to all of them when they were born, because where we lived at before, there was a lot of sulfur in the well water. So I'm thinking the selenium during all that time depleted. But as you saw a while ago, they're good now. Everybody's good except for Dolly. Dolly's retired. She's done. And I can't sell her because I tried to, and my husband started crying. He's 43, and he started tearing up. He was like, we can't sell Dolly. I was like, oh my God. Okay, we're not going to sell Dolly. So I sacrificed Geraldine. She was our first Alpine. She's the one that started it all, but my son wants to show, so there's a buck that we want to get who is show her his mom's. They won grand champion and some national championships, and then his daughters have too. So he's a proven buck, and this is what my son does: is he shows the Alpines at the state fair, and he likes those payouts he gets. So we're gonna try and make it to where he does better what we do for our kids. And if he wants to show goats and makes money at it, then we'll do whatever we can to do it, because it's better than him being out on the street doing drugs and doing bad stuff. And we still homeschool him. He's 16. We still homeschool him, but oh my goodness, with everything going on, thank God it's on computer. Yeah. All right, that's the end. It's nothing fancy, but this is our homestead at DS Farms. And we moved, so we have our own. It's going to look different than the other videos. So I hope they helped. Anything, if you've got any questions about pregnancy toxemia, lactation toxemia, anything that I've learned, if you've got any questions, just comment below. You can also find us on Facebook at DS Farms Stadovaschke. Or you can just look me up, Jennifer Stillwell, and ask questions, or just ask questions here. Alrighty.